1975 albums bracket, 32 round game 2, Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin versus Fly By Night by Rush. And I've got one of my favorite people in the whole world, Gavin, to talk about these albums because I know he's a big Rush fan and a big Led Zeppelin fan. Gav, tell me about Fly By Night.
So the interesting thing about this matchup, putting Rush's Fly By Night against any Led Zeppelin, is that the second Rush album, this album, almost feels like what someone who's really into straightforward rock and roll, especially as it was developing, would be into. You know, it's not Deep Purple, it's not Led Zeppelin, it's Rush finally finding themselves a little bit on their way towards, you know, their prog stuff that they're going to get noticed for and recognized for. But it still has that more raw and straightforward feel. And although you get the Neil Peart lyrics going on this record, you know, they don't demand the kind of attention from the songwriting that they will later on, you know.
But you are also a big Zepp fan, so what about Physical Graffiti?
Physical Graffiti is just so masterful. The first 7 songs, I don't know that you can top that. This could be the #1 record of many years if it stopped there. And sometimes, yeah, that's going to be the criticism that Physical Graffiti is too long. But it's just so solid right from the get. And so much of what Led Zeppelin is found on that record. The big rockers, blues numbers, you know, Kashmir taking the symphonic and orchestral route that it does, which really doesn't sound like anything else.
Now, when we were talking earlier, you brought up a great age-old question that we used to always ask each other when we were all kids. Who's the better drummer, Neil Peart or John Bonham? So glad you brought that up, so please tell me what you think.
And I'm a drummer, and being a drummer, that kind of stuff is important to you. And I think it gives me a different perspective, too, on the records, and especially on Physical Graffiti. Playing Physical Graffiti is so much fun. The Rover, Custard Pie, In My Time of Dying. You could just feel what it was like to record those songs when they were recording them. There's that level of enthusiasm behind the playing, and especially how Bonham hits those drums.
Thank you, my friend. We'll have the winner coming soon.